So this guy is he's an anti-Zionist Jew, and they automatically are acting aggressive towards him.
Self-hating Jew!
Not Jews.
How can you even call yourself Jews? True Jews!
So he spits at their direction, and he calls them sons of bitches in Hebrew, kind of like Arabic. What's the word that he uses? Hazonom. I think he's saying son of a bitch. It doesn't matter. He cusses at them in Hebrew.
Come here! Come here! Shut up!
I've never seen pro-Israel people act this aggressive, ever. And I remember going to pro-Israel rallies when I was growing up in the Bay Area. I never saw people act this aggressive. There was some zonot. What does zonot? Does that mean son of a bitch, or what does that mean? Yeah, I'm just wondering. I think it means son of a bitch, right? I've never seen people act this aggressive. There was some aggression in the rallies. You're always going to have that aggression in the air, but not like this. Oh, Bet Sonon. I think that means son of a bitch, right? It means whores? Oh, okay, so he's saying son of whores. This is probably how they were hating on Jesus when he was walking around. I just imagine this being how it was when Jesus was walking the earth, that they were just calling him these names all the time.
Thank you.
I'm sure they were calling Jesus an anti-Semite. They were probably calling him an enemy of the Jewish people. I mean, they were calling him that effectively, right? When they were saying that he wants to destroy the temple. He wants to destroy the temple. He says nice things about the Romans. He's against the Jewish people. Nail him on a cross. Nail him, I tell you. Nail him. He's a false prophet. He's a wizard. He's demonic. This is, you know how when you watch the historical reenactments of the life of Jesus, it's always Jesus is looking very graceful, and then these Pharisees come and they're like, Rabbi, whose face should we pay taxes to the Romans? And Jesus says, and whose face is on the coin? No, I don't think it was like that. I think it was like, oh, you think we should pay taxes? Should we pay taxes to that mamzer up in the throne? The Roman Caesar? Who should we pay taxes to, huh? Nah, we got him now, boys. We got him. That's how it was. I believe that's how it was. Knowing Middle Eastern society, I think that's how it was. That's how it was. And then they nailed him on. Oh, yeah, and then Pilate came over and he said, listen, do you really want me to kill this guy? I put him on a cross. Give him the worst punishment you can inflict on him. Nail him on a cross, I tell you. Nail him. What do they say? Batsalab, Matsalab. Crucify him. I think that's how they would say it in Hebrew. I think that's the Hebrew way of saying it, of saying crucify him.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I've never seen this kind of behavior in pro-Israel rallies ever. I've never seen this sort of thing. It's insanity.
An animal!
You're an animal. That's what they say about the Palestinians, and now they're saying that about other Jews. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've noticed that violent rhetoric by Jews against other Jews, I've noticed it more and more. Here's one example. He's calling another Jew, a fellow Jew, an animal. You're an animal. And then I saw a video of these Israeli fanatics screaming against this Israeli journalist, and one of the fanatics says, "I would kill this man." He says, I would murder this man. And he wasn't speaking about a Palestinian. He wasn't saying this about an Arab. He was saying that he wanted to murder an Israeli because the Israeli, a Jewish Israeli, disagreed with him. I'm telling you, they're going to kill each other. It's going to happen. They're going to kill each other. It's obvious. Look at the history. Look at what happened after the crucifixion. Look at what happened after the crucifixion.
Palestine! Käufer, Stapel, Käufer!
Smell the vine striche Mohammedi. Chaya. Chaya. Abi Chaya. Chaya.
They rich.
Yeah, you're so scared. Where the ball was?
No, why is that getting a ticket? No, it's not legal. Where's the bomb? I fucked your mom. I fucked all your moms.
I swear to you, this is so endemic in Middle Eastern culture, be it Jewish or Arab. They love launching these kinds of insults about screwing other people's moms. It's so weird, but they're so these people are so degenerate, repulsive, degenerate, vulgar. They always go for the worst types of insult. The worst. You know, I did this to your mom, you're this. I mean, it's just awful. They say worse things about Jesus. You bring up don't even waste your time bringing up Jesus with these people. They will blaspheme Christ in ways that you would never imagine people blaspheming Christ. Believe me, I've seen it. Oh, I believe me, I've seen it.
Go back to Beirut.
I was inside all your moms, bro. Ask them. They know me.
Hey, the same car. It's the same plate as before. Guys, back up, back up. Yo, the same car is doing the same round.
I don't see any. Yeah, super duper.
Look at this bitch. Yo, look. We got another pussy. Yo, hop over the border, buddy. Oh, shit. Talk, baby. Double conversation. When you talking about apartheid? I thought you wanted to punch me in the face. Come on, punch me in the face. Come on. Punch me in the face, motherfucker. Punch me in the face. Punch me in the face. I dare you. Yo, put it that way. Yo, lady. You're supporting the wrong border, buddy. You're supporting the wrong border.
Take your mask off, man.
Louis, you big pussy.
Oh, you're with a mask.
This dude looks like he's a member of AIPAC.
Everybody,
I just want to say one thing about this. I find nothing American about any of this stuff. You know, there used to be a character to being American. And there was once a time when truly it meant something to be an American. Nowadays, there really is no standard for what it means to be an American. For example, I know people who, you look at them, they're into the horseback riding and they drink their coffee in the morning, and the guy has a big, he's got a big mustache and he talks like he's a ranger. And he tells you about how much he hates California because it's full of drug addicts. And you say, that guy is an American, right? That guy is an American. But when you got these people walking around and they're bringing in all of their ethnic conflicts into America. They're bringing in the Palestinian versus Jew, Arab versus Jew. They're bringing in all this garbage, really. They're bringing all this tension into America. There's nothing American about that. If you're Arab, if you're Jewish, and you're living in America, fine. But enough with this crap of trying to bring in all your ethnic tensions into the country. I think that's a bunch of garbage. I really do. I think it's a bunch of garbage. But again, America is the empire of the world. It's the Roman Empire of the world. So because America is involved in all of these different ethnic conflicts around the world, a part of those conflicts end up in the United States, unfortunately. So that's how it is. So never mind.
Just enough extra show. I'm with a bunch of crazies. What's going on, America? Anyways, what's going on, America? What's going on? I mean, it just sounds weird.
Children, protecting child murderers, backing killing children, blowing up children. That's what you love. That's what you live for.
Effing Arabs, blah, blah. They're bringing all this insanity into America, really. It's crazy.
My uncle's a lawyer, listen. Better not be on news. ABC News, any others.
You know, all this argument, there's no such thing as Palestine. You know what? At one point in time, Israel didn't exist. Before 1948, there was no Israel. Before 1948, there was no Israel. It didn't exist. People imagined it in their heads, and they formed a state called Israel in 1948. But before 1948, there was no Israel. So I could have said the same thing. There is no way. I could have said the same thing in 1947. There's no Israel. It doesn't exist. You guys are under the British, and before that, you guys were under the Ottomans. Who cares? All countries are made up. It's not a kingdom of Israel. What kingdom of Israel? Where's your kingdom? Is Netanyahu's a king? It didn't. You know what? If you want to bring that argument, okay. Before that, there was no Israel. When Abraham was walking around Mesopotamia, there was no Israel. People made it up. They came up with it. Well, God told them Israel. Where's King David? Where's King David? There was no Israel before 1948. Yes, in ancient times, in the modern world, in the 20th century, 1900s, there was no Israel. Once the Romans took it over, that's it. There was the Judean kingdom and all that. But then afterwards, there was no Israel. There was the diaspora. There was no more Israel. So before Israel was established, the modern day state of Israel, you're talking about King David. We're not talking about King David. We're not talking about the Hasmonean kingdom. We're not talking about the Bar Chova state. We're talking about the modern day state of Israel. It's just like crazy to me. These things did not exist. The modern day state of Israel, as we know it now, not King David, not King Solomon, and even that eventually dissipated out of existence. Not the Hasmoneans, the Maccabees, We're talking about, yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. Before 1948, there was no modern state of Israel. So this argument, I'm not saying Israel doesn't exist. Hear me out. What I'm saying is this argument is not a good argument. Because states are invented. There was no South Sudan before 2011. At one point in time, Pakistan did not exist. At one point in time, America didn't exist. This is not an argument. To say, well, Palestine doesn't exist. Of course it doesn't exist. There is no Palestinian state. But it can, right? If enough people got together, if enough countries got together and supported the idea of a Palestinian state, there would be a Palestinian state. And then there would be one. Then you couldn't say it doesn't exist because then it would exist. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
There's no such thing as Palestine. I'm gonna buy land in Gaza.
I'm gonna buy land in Gaza. I'm so smart. Look at how smart and edgy I am. I'm gonna buy a beachfront property in Gaza. In Gaza. In Gaza. Beachfront property. It's gonna be so beautiful. So beautiful. Eventually the Turks are gonna come. And you know what you're gonna hear? You are gonna hear the sound of the mizmar. You are gonna hear the sound of the double-reeded instruments of the Middle East, of the Turkic people, and you are gonna see the red flag of Turkey with the crescent moon and star embroidered on its fabric. And you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? Your doom. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I hope you buy that beachfront property in Gaza. You know what's gonna happen? The Turks are gonna come and they're gonna burn you to a crisp. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. That is what's going to happen. I'm gonna buy a beachfront property in Gaza. How's that beachfront property looking like now, Shlomo? Yeah. Not going to look good for you. These people are morons. They are. They're foolish people. Arrogant, immature, filled with themselves, full of hubris. They think Israel's invincible. That's why they act this way. They think they're invincible. America's got our back. Everyone's got our back. Everyone, not everyone, but America's got our back. That's all that matters. We got the Iron Dome. No one's going to mess with us. Well, what happens when the Fourth Reich rises up? What happens when the Ottoman Empire revives? What's the property value now? What's going on? What's the property value? What's the property value of that beachfront view? What is it now? How many shekels is it? 5 million shekels? 50 mil? What is it now? Oh, it's worthless. It means it's worth nothing because nobody wants to live there because it's a war zone. Oy vey! Oy vey! Oy! That's what's going to happen. I don't want this to happen, but that's what's going to happen. I've been trying to warn the Jews there. They're so deaf, these people. They're so deaf. They are blind people leading the blind. They put themselves in a ditch and they just keep on digging. Even Donald Trump is warning them. Even Donald Trump is warning them. He's saying, guys, you got to stop. It's not looking good for you. Oh, my God. And think about it. Think about it. Listen, it's like the video game where you start your own kingdom, right? They're like, oh, you can play this game and you can start your own empire and you can conquer other territories. What happens when you're conquering your allies? Conquer all your allies, right? You start going to war. Eventually, everyone's at war with you. And do you know what happens every single time in these types of video games? You lose when you do that. That is what these people are. That's the mindset that these people have. They have the same mindset of the guy who's playing an RPG game for the first time in his life. I'm going to conquer everybody. And then everybody's against you. And then you lose. That's what happens when everyone's against you. You lose. You lose. And so Trump is telling the Israelis, it's not looking good for you. America's got an alliance with Turkey. Turkey is part of NATO. Turkey don't like Israel. Turkey doesn't like what Israel's doing. And do you know who else doesn't like what Israel's doing? The entire Islamic world. Over 1 billion freaking people don't like what Israel's doing. Is America going to lose those 1 billion plus people for Israel? And when the Turks come along and they become the leader of the whole of the Muslim world, not every Muslim country, but if they become the leader leading the Muslim world, and they're leading the Shiites, and they're leading the Sunnis, because they're Sufis, and Sufis are kind of friendly with Shiites and Sunnis, what are you going to do? You just going to piss off everybody like the kid in the video game? You're screwed. Do you see what I mean? That's how it works. You're not going to win this, but they think they're invincible. And even Trump is saying, you guys got to calm down. Why? Because America has an alliance with Turkey. And if Trump wins the presidency, he's going to have to be friendly with the Turks. And the Turks are going to tell the Americans, America, tell Israel to back off. Stop this bullshit. Stop this nonsense. Stop dropping all these 2,000-pound freaking bombs on people. Stop using white phosphorus. You got to stop this, or else we're going to get pissed. And let's say Turkey rises up and says we're gonna go punish the Jews. And then what is America gonna do? What's America gonna say? Turkey, no, stop. America's not gonna go to war against Turkey over this. No, but listen, I know that there's still business dealings between Israel and Turkey, but a lot of Turks hate Israel. Believe me, it's gonna shift. You don't see it now. You're gonna see the shift. Yeah, Total War. That was my experience with Total War. Now I'm playing Bannerlord, and now I'm very careful. I'm friends with this guy. I'm friends with that guy. I'm making money with everybody. Okay, let's not make the same mistake we made in the past. That arrogance is going to go right down in the future. You'll see. This guy sounds like he just proposed to his girlfriend. She said, yes, dude, calm the hell down. You're going to buy beachfront property in Gaza. Okay, let's say you buy beachfront property in Gaza. It's going to all become a war zone. Are you some kind of lunatic? Are you a moron?
What happened to Rafah? No more!
No more. And you know what? They're going to say the same thing about Israel in the future. What happened to Israel? Kaput.
No more Rafah! No more Gaza! No more Rafah! No more Gaza! 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 Goodbye! Gaza! 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 Goodbye! Oh my God!
Mr. Evac says, it seems you are harping too much on comments. Well, believe it or not, Kushner, the son-in-law of Trump, he himself said that Gaza would make amazing beachfront property. And there's already people in Israel talking about settling in Gaza and how it would be beautiful property. So it looks like this is going to be a reality. It looks like they're going to settle Israel.
You're going to be a country to skip up. This is the only flag you will go to Gaza and just blow up already. Goddamn, we love Ida. 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 Put the flash Yamach Shimcha! Yamach Shimcha! Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself! You're not Jewish! Join them in Gaza! Go!
That one's a fuck, don't worry. That one's a, yeah, yo. Look at me right here.
Go to Iran!
Look at that fuck,
Go to Iraq. I could just say go to Israel.
I can't hear you. Take your mask off. Big guy. Whoa.
Cross the street. I fucked your mom. I fucked your
There you go with the F your mom insults. It's so common with them. This dude's about to get whacked right now. Watch this.
My neighbor! Get the fuck out! I had to buy the cops. Punch his eye.
He got whacked.
Back up, please. Back up, please.
Press there.
Huh?
Just press over there.
So that's the end of that. I thought I would show you guys that video. So there you go. It's really changing. The whole thing is changing. The whole thing is changing. And you're seeing people becoming more aggressive. People becoming more irate, more vulgar. And all this is going to do is it's going to get people against Israel even more. You got over 2.6 thousand comments, and everyone is against the pro-Israel people. So they're actually helping the pro-Palestine side, really. That's what they're doing. They're helping the pro-Palestine side because they're making an argument. All the Palestinians need to do is just peacefully protest and let these people act the way they're going to act. And that's it. Done. End of story.